Kevin, congratulations. A successful assignment this afternoon against Scarborough Athletic. A 4-1 victory here at the Sears Stadium this afternoon. Perhaps not of a victory, but of the margin of that perhaps people didn't see that coming. But yeah, just a really, really good second half there.
Yeah, we were excellent, weren't we? From pretty much all the second half, we played really, really solidly. Disappointing to obviously concede in the manner that we did, and I don't think we deserved that at that time. But again, the character that we showed to pretty much equalise straight away, and continue to put a foot on the gas and press and find moments, and the finishing was excellent, certainly in the sort of final 20 minutes. Very similar to last week's quality of finishing and good moments that we carve out. And as you say, we thoroughly deserved to win the game today. I think first half, probably more so than, I don't know, for the last 6 or 8 games, we've given the ball away and turned the ball over in moments that haven't been characteristic of us. But yeah, being able to get in at half time and have that conversation and sharpen up the quality that we show. And that's, like I say, that's not one player, that's probably 8 or 9 players that have turned the ball over in certain moments that we haven't been guilty of for quite some time. So yeah, the players have obviously listened and responded and come out there in the second half and kind of carried the fight to Scarborough. They're a very good side, and to win it in the manner that we do in the end is enjoyable for everybody. Sure.
I think probably finding a response to their goal within a couple of minutes was probably a big factor in that game, because I said at that point as well, there was just a little bit of niggle in the game as well, and just helped to, just nudge you back on course, really.
Yeah, it did. It was, like I say, I've worked with teams and, where you can feel a little bit sorry for yourself because we were doing okay to that point, and then to, like I say, to get rocked back and fall behind was kind of tough for any team. But the lads are believing in themselves, and there's a purpose about what we're trying to do, and a quality about what we're trying to do, and certainly very evident in the second half. And as I say, when moments came along from, they're not gilt-edged moments, they're half-chance moments that were finished incredibly well, and yeah, when players can continue to do that, we're clearly going to give ourselves a chance.
Sure. I mean, again, you've said about the taking your chances there, which so they weren't clear-cut chances. I mean, Scarborough it was a very, very evenly contested first half. I thought not much in it, and at one point I had that horrible feeling it might have been settled by a mistake or something like that, but it was quality in the end.
Yeah, I mean, we say that their goal was a little bit, we've not been generally guilty of defending restart moments poorly. We've generally done quite well so far this season, but we know we could have done better in that moment. But like I say, it's important not to feel sorry for yourself. It's important to show a response, which we do. And like I say, there's a lot of young, hungry, exciting players in that group that really are a pleasure to be working with at the moment. There's lots on the fringe of it that Ricky does brilliant, gets off the bench and goes and finds a goal. Charlie's had to be patient for his time. Reece Hilton, shouldn't really be out of the side. So we've got good options across the front there, and Ola's not had a great deal of time. Aidan's, again, 2 goals last week. He doesn't find himself a starting berth. Can be tough for young men to have to deal with and swallow. And even outside of that, the subs and the guys that are, we've got obviously 1 or 2 injured, like Dylan's not in today, and Oren's not in today. But like I say, it does feel we do have a bit of depth about us. We wouldn't want to lose another defender at this stage, but hopefully Oren's not too far away. And yeah, like it sets us up for obviously what will be a really difficult game against Hereford on Tuesday.
Sure. I mean, you've spoken about the performances and said that as much sometimes the results haven't been there to go with them, but the players shouldn't be downcast about the performances. I think particularly after the game at Alfreton, I think that was the case. And you want them to their confidence to build. You would have thought there'd be a confidence builder after last week and a 6-0 victory, but then today that's probably just gone up another level.
You hope so, but good sides are able to back results up, aren't they? That's what we're striving for, and that's what we need to do, where we can go and beat good sides back to back, and that's what we'll need to do on Tuesday, and hopefully again next Saturday. But like I say, those players that are out there and within this squad, they are keen and hungry, and they work incredibly hard. And sometimes when you don't get the results that we feel should mirror the performances, that can be a tough place to find yourself. And as a management team, we have to keep them believing and keep them understanding and keep doing the right things. And certainly, having the desire to go and do the right things, even off the back of 2 good results that we've had now, is really important to us. So yeah, you hope and you trust in players that they do exactly that and continue to get into training, want to work hard, want to improve all the time. And like I say, I love working with them. They are a good bunch. And yeah, hopefully we can look forward to some more results like that.
Sure. You said about Dylan having to come out today. The touch of tendinitis in his knee, I think, was the explanation.
Yeah.
And then Josh Gracie came back in. I thought you were going to have a decision there to make with Jamie having played last week, but I understand there's some news on Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie's obviously been recalled by Lincoln due to the fact that obviously one of their goalkeepers has gone down injured, and it's a little bit. In a certain way, it's unfortunate. Josh has obviously, been brilliant for us and really solid again today. And like I say, having sort of Josh and Jamie available would be ideal. But we understand, Lincoln's predicament and the situation, and have to, he's their player at the end of the day. It's disappointing that he has to go back so soon. But again, Josh has come in and looked really assured, and like I say, is a big part of today's result.
Sure. There is no training on Tuesday because, as you say, there is that game with Hereford. Then home again here against Worksop Town. So still plenty to focus on. Well, your focus will inevitably be on those games first. But for spectators who I suppose might be excited by the prospect of that FA Cup tie in early November, there's plenty more to look forward to besides that, isn't there?
Yeah, we're hungry to try and lift our league position up, and we want to be more towards the sharp end of it. That will take a lot of concentration, dedication, all those bits and pieces, and just hard work in general. But we do feel that there are progressive players in the group that hopefully that we can work with and keep at the club for a period of time. Hopefully will keep us challenged at the end that we want to be. Again, like I say, this is one game. We've got to prove and show that we can back it up with another, like I say, tough away game on Tuesday. And it doesn't. It's not an easy game by any stretch. So enjoy tonight, but like I say, focus moves swiftly on to Tuesday and trying to do well there.
Sure, and I guess results like the last couple that you've had make it a happier workplace to come into when you do come in on Thursday, when you get together again on Tuesday for the game. It's everybody feels good about it.
Yeah, they do. We're all looking forward to our games and enjoying our football at the moment. As I say, we should probably be half a dozen points further forward than we are really, but we're not, and we can't. The only way we can affect that is by looking forward and trying to pick up, the next opportunity. Hopefully everybody stays injury free, and we build that little bit of consistency in our league campaign. Obviously, as you say, there is an FA Cup game in between all that, but that will come in due course. Just enjoy this one, and like I say, hopefully, we can play in the same vein in which we finished that game there today. We will give ourselves a chance on Tuesday.
Kevin, thank you for your time as always.
You.
Congratulations.